What's good, everybody? I'm going to be talking about the really cool Unfezant buffs and changes, but before I can get into that, I want to have a quick disclaimer for anybody who is new here to check out the description below. There is a link to the very same Google Sheet that I use in all my videos, and most importantly, you can check out this little tab here on the bottom. It says search all moves here, and you can check out all of the numerous move buffs and changes. Basically every move is buffed or changed. It's 100 plus custom brand new moves, and yeah, in general you're going to want to get accustomed, I don't know. You're going to want to get familiar with all of these buffs and changes to these moves, because it does change the way the game plays a lot because of all the new moves and move changes. But with that being said, Unfezant, super cool buffs here. Basically, one thing that people always want from Unfezant and ROM hacks is for it to be a mixed attacker. I personally do not see it. I personally do not get it. I don't get the appeal. But I'll do it anyways, because number one, I have the base stat total because it is a 3-stage mon. 550 is relatively standard, not needed, but for a mixed attacker, 550 is like totally fair. For example, if it was no longer a mixed attacker, its base stat total will be like under 500, which isn't obviously bad, but people over fixate on base stat total too much when if it's a mixed attacker, like over 100 points might be wasted. Not wasted, but dumped in there when it didn't have to be. But yeah, number one, I may as well. And then number two, it does go really cool with its new ability, Proficiency. Otherwise, it would have just been Moxie. But Proficiency is cool because it can get either an attack, special attack, or speed boost. That comes from Beast Boost. So essentially, Unfezant, depending on your EV spread and your IVs and your nature, can get a boost in either its speed, special attack, or attack when it gets a kill, depending on your spread. And you do have access to infinite ability capsules and infinite EV training in this ROM hack, so you can easily switch around your EV spreads to get attack, special attack, or speed boosts. But yes, if you do the math properly, you can easily get any of those 3 stats depending on your spread. So that's really awesome. All right, that's a great for sweeping, great for snowballing and stuff. It does have Swords Dance and Nasty Plot and Bulk Up, so that's all super fun. Other ability, Super Luck. Super Luck is one that they already had. However, critical hit moves in this hack are reworked to a massive extent. If you see my other videos, you already know what I'm going to get into here. But if you are new here, definitely make sure you check out that description and get familiar with all the new stuff, because the crit moves are all 50% crit rate. So with Super Luck, that automatically makes it guaranteed crit. You don't even need a scope lens. Ruthless is very powerful because it gives you a 50% boost to your attack or special attack when you hit a crit. So the trade-off for Super Luck doesn't give you a power boost. Instead, Super Luck is essentially a built-in scope lens. So you can run a boosting item, or, for example, a Focus Sash or any other item with the crit moves and still always crit on Unfezant. So moves like Laceration, Night Slash, and Drill Run, which I acknowledge is kind of weird, but other bird Pokemon get it. And if I give it Drill Peck, I may as well give it Drill Run. It's nice coverage for Super Luck sets. So, and just in general, it's nice ground coverage. A little bit of a reach. I'm not going to deny that, but it's good enough, fitting wise, and has tons of other great coverage now as well. It has fighting moves like Skirmish, Reversal, Takedown, and then later on Close Combat. Same reason that stuff like Staraptor gets it. And then it has stuff like, all these moves are buffed or changed, but you have stuff like Play Rough, First Impression, Lunge, Heat Wave, Drill Run, Hell Thrust, U-Turn, Knock Off, Ominous Wind, Shadow Ball, Steel Wing. You got all the stuff, Laceration, Night Slash. You got all the stuff you'll ever need. Nothing award-winning, not the most incredible coverage on the planet. You can also take advantage of something like Weather Ball, or Natural Gift becoming any type in the game, only single use, and that's a special move now. So 110 base power. You can get a fire move or ice move, whatever you want, to take down a specific Pokemon. Because keep in mind, this is balanced for in-game use, not competitive use. So you can easily tailor your EV spreads and your move sets and your ability for that specific boss fight. For some boss fights, you'll want that Super Luck crit. Next boss fight, you'll want that Proficiency boost. So yeah, Super Luck is great with Laceration, Night Slash, and Drill Run, as well as Slash and Drill Peck. All of those moves become 105 base power, guaranteed crit moves with Super Luck active. You don't need any item, you don't need a scope lens, nothing like that. So that's really nice to have. And you can just take advantage of your other items, for example, Focus Sash plus Swords Dance, then you have those moves, whatever you want to do. There's all kinds of really valid strategies in this hack. You have to keep in mind, though, setup is a little bit nerfed. It will be a lot harder to get off setup moves. The PP is decreased, and then also there's a lot of anti-setup stuff flying around. But because you crit, you actually bypass a lot of that. So, for example, Intimidate and stuff, which is common, Battle Cry, which you also have access to, and tons of Pokemon have, which drops your attacking stats by 2. Super Luck doesn't give a shit about that. It crits right through them, so that's really nice. that's always nice to have those crit moves to bypass that. But other than that, they're just really strong mixed attackers. Their pre-evolutions have Unaware and Competitive, both of which are good abilities. Unaware is kind of situational for the early game, but it could be good for a totem or for a boosting. If one of the trainers has like a workup or something, you can swap on Unaware and use that because Super Luck is not the best anyways early game. The only move you have is Air Cutter, which becomes 50% crit rate with Super Luck, and the Scope Lens isn't available until earlier Kala Island, so not the best ability for early game, but Super Luck is still solid. And then of course you have Focus Energy, which is really nice with Super Luck as well. You have Fury Pex for multiple hitting moves. You have tons of other great utility, Parting Shot, Roost, Skirmish, Featherball, Harmonize, Disarming Voice. All of those moves drop the opponent's attacking stats, which is really nice. Just good defensive counterplay to all of the powerful crap in the hack. Priority-wise, you have Quick Attack, Gust, Swift, and Aerial Ace for priority, as well as First Impression via TM. So those are all really sweet to have. Competitive is nice for the mid game because of all of these stat dropping moves that are flying around, as well as the Intimidate users, and in general just switching in your Tranquil to like any of those moves I just listed and tons of new moves. Ominous Wind as well. I didn't mention Ominous Wind does the same thing. So Ominous Wind, Disarming Voice, Harmonize, all those moves I listed. Swapping your Tranquil on one of those will give it +2 special attack, and that does also encourage the use of your lower special attack stat. Although honestly, the fact that you have all of these great TMs and you have infinite EV training and infinite ability capsules means that you can switch from a special to a physical set depending on the occasion. So that's really nice. It's always nice to have that ability in this type of hack. Otherwise, that's really about it. Honestly, powerful stab moves late game. You got the Giga Impact, the Hyper Beam, which is buffed. Hurricane, Strength is like normal type close combat. Giga Impact, Hyper Beam are like Psycho Boost type moves, Draco Meteor type moves. Double Edge, Dive Bomb. Dive Bomb is flying type of jump kick. Double Edge, Brave Bird are very strong. You've got all types of fun stuff to take advantage of. So yeah, honestly though, I'm just going to leave the video off here. I think these are very straightforward. This does help it stand out from the other normal flying types. The only other special normal flying types are Chatot and Toucanon will most likely be mixed as well. So mixed attackers are Unfezant and Toucanon. Chatot as a special attacker. The rest of them are all physical. And Pidgeot, excuse me, I forgot about Pidgeot. Pidgeot is mixed as well. But of course, they all have their own different unique abilities that keep them separate from one another, and they all do different things. Furo does have a little bit of overlap because Furo has Ruthless, but Super Luck and Ruthless are still different abilities. And also, Furo is not a mixed attacker while Unfezant is, and Unfezant has proficiency, and Furo has stamina, so they have different abilities there. And I do try to put a lot of effort in to keep the Pokemon different from one another and not make them outclass or outshine one another. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and I'll be back for more. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. That'd be super cool. I'm pretty close to 1K now, so hopefully you can get me there. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back for more Pokemon.